On Friday, December 30th of 2016, 24-year-old Ernest Kalawa had been walking through an estate in East Peckham, south-east London. As the young man who was described as fiercely loyal and was cherished by his family, he had spotted a grey vauxhall astra whose engine was roaring as the car moved in and out of traffic, weaving. Ernest Kalawa and his pal crossed near Haymerle Road at the same time that the grey vauxhall astra targeted the two men, but missed, instead the car colliding with parked cars. At the estimated time of 5:30 p.m, Derron Campbell, who was described as a dangerous gangster from Peckham, kicked open his driver's side door and then began to run, chased down Ernest Kalawa. In the chase, Ernest and his pal went separate ways. Ernest ran with all his might, trying to create distance between himself and the man that was trying to take his life. The reason has never been disclosed, but the Metropolitan Police says that this was a clear display of a man, being Derron, who was targeting Ernest. Sadly, one mistake cost Ernest his life. Ernest tried to climb over a fence as he made his way through the Friary estate in Peckham. However, Ernest fell to the ground after he misplaced his foot, and that was when Derron Campbell pounced. Blade gripped tight in his hand, Derron swiped and swiped again and swiped again. Even when Ernest was no longer moving, witnesses saw an angry and a clearly raging Derron put the boot in the face area again and again and again, as if to prove some form of point. And then, satisfied, Derron Campbell left the scene before making his way to a getaway car. 999 was called along with police, and they arrived at the scene with ambulance less than 15 minutes. Sadly, Ernest Kalawa, who was again just 24 years old, was pronounced dead an hour later. Now, Derron Campbell, who was also 24 years old, was met by police a few hours later the same day and arrested on a different matter. The arresting officer was then able to connect Derron to the Peckham blading because he was found with a key that matched the key the K was holding at the crime scene, according to witnesses, the same key that fitted the door of the grey vauxhall astra which had been set ablaze. Now, Derron was then charged with DM, and when interviewed, Derron kept silent and refused to reveal the motive of why he hunted down Ernest as though his life did not matter. There was no evidence or suggestion that this was a matter that surrounded the issue of Class A or Class B or dealing, because Ernest was regarded as a positive and energetic person, and he was set on becoming a tech entrepreneur. At the Old Bailey, Derron Campbell was then told that he would be jailed for life. He was also told that what he did that night on December 30th of 2016 was truly shocking and abhorrent, and his only motive or mission, better yet, was to kill. Therefore, he would have to serve at least 26 years in jail before being considered for parole. The sentence was met with silence. Does the crime match the sentence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, stay safe.